Hello, everybody. My name is Tucker, and welcome back to our Russian Fishing for Float Fishing series. So, today we're still over at Mosquito. There's a Bleak order up that I decided I'd try and get real quick before I decide what I want to do with the rest of the day. So, set up all three of our telescopic rods. The first two, the two walrus sticks, have flies on. The third one, the red one here, has bloodworm. So hoping to get, I think it was 5 Bleak real quick before the end of the day. And then we'll go from there. There was also a sleeper order, so I'm okay catching that sleeper. And we'll see what the rest of the day holds for us. So hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving for those of you in the United States. I had a pretty good one, went down and saw my mom. Came home, and I know I kind of talked about I might come back and do some more fishing. I ended up fishing on Tucker Live, my main account, for a little bit, and started drinking and decided I wouldn't record an episode because I had a nice glass of whiskey in my hand. So didn't come back to the episode here, so we may go a little bit long today. We'll see. It's early afternoon on Friday, November 25th for me, which here in the United States is Black Friday this year. It's the Friday after Thanksgiving, and typically right around now is when a company, or especially a retail store, covers their expenses for the year with the revenue. So used to be, still is, a big sales day. My cell phone's been going crazy with messages going, hey, you can buy this for cheap or that for cheap. And every store sent me an email, every store sent me a push notification, that type of thing. So it is what it is there. I forgot to shut that off. Gonna hear another blong. Email client's gone. I actually RDP into another computer, so connect into another computer for that. So the Windows blong you hear is the RDP client disconnecting. My mouse arm is being used as a pillow right now as well too. I don't have good movement on it. Looks like we're catching some fish that I didn't expect to catch here. I was hoping to get Bleak, but so far I haven't seen any. Got a couple of good roaches, some sleepers, and that crucian there. I think I may my next steps here are definitely need to work on silver. We need over 1,000 silver to be able to upgrade to a better telescopic rod for going to bear. We unlock bear at level 18, so we still have a little bit to go for that. But we need silver. I've actually been fishing at bear on my main account just to have some fun with it, and it's a lot of fun. But man, there's some good fish there that would destroy our equipment. And honestly, even when we go to bear, I expect to lose some hooks and some lines. But I think it'll be fun. That's what matters. Having fun, catching some big fish. I've been pulling in 14, 15, 16 kilo fish there on some caliber HSVs. Actually pulled in an 18 kilo fish last night, which that was fun. Caliber is a 15 kilo reel. So actually had to chase that fish around a little bit to actually catch it. There's the Bleak I've been looking for. So probably going to be targeting, instead of crucians, while crucians and gibbles and the bigger ones are worth it, I think I'm going to be targeting more smaller, rarer fish like Bleak, Ruffe, and going back old school a little bit, how we started to just grind up some more silver, because I think that's where we're gated right now is silver. XP is not bad. We caught up for a while. I felt like we were gated by XP. I think when we were fishing over at Quarry and pulling in those good sized fish earlier this week, that helped us catch up there and probably actually reverse things so that now silver is our big gate. Either that or when we go to bear, we're going to have to use a little bit smaller hooks to go after smaller fish, which I'm okay with as well too. We probably will do some of that. I'm going to bite on 1 and 3 at the same time here, so kind of darting my eyes left and right. Roach on 1. It was a small roach. I was too late. I am using thin floats. That's why I've got the feather. Since we're going for small fish, I want light, thin floats so that we're not scaring them off. So both of the walrus sticks have bob thin or bob slims on them, and I had a feather, so I went ahead and put the feather on this rod. Another roach. I may just stay here and switch over and try and get some rough tonight. I don't know. Haven't decided what's next for us today. Do I go bream fishing? Do I go rough fishing? Do I go dog snoring? Gotcha. Yeah, you were a small roach. Thought that was a bleak the way it attacked. I probably should go to winding and do bleak and rough fishing or Nace and Dace. That actually might be a good idea. For tomorrow. In game tomorrow. A little bit of thinking out loud as I play here, trying to decide what's next for us today. I think I'll stay here, do some rough fishing. May switch over, pull out 2 of the bottom rods, go for that, and then see what we can catch. While we wait, can't remember. Do I even have 2 bottom rods on this account? Yes. When you play on 3 or 4 different accounts, you get confused what you have where. I think I've got 5, maybe 6 accounts. I got Steam and then 4 or 5 standalone accounts. Some of them are just test accounts or accounts to stay here at Winding or at Mosquito or Winding so that I can look at prices easily without spending money to travel. Good. The microphone's not picking up dog snores. Unless I'm talking, probably. Really, the noise gate I have set up doesn't pick up the dog snore. His head's basically at my elbow. So we went for a long WALK today. It's a beautiful day out there. We got some rain coming tomorrow. Went for a longer walk today. He's a little bit worn out, but happy. Another good roach. Which on size 24 hook to get a roach that size is a little bit surprising. I do have size 24 hooks on all of these. 12 minutes in, 12 fish in the bank. Nothing that we were really fishing for, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and take this one out. I want to take the hook off. Let's switch it for one of the bottom rods. That's a big roach. Not denied. Not what I expected, again, but I'll take it. Take the reel off that. Put it on here. Press the right button. I could use that other reel, the old reel, but it has a weird click to it, literally. And I just don't want to deal with that, so. $8-meter clip. I want to remove the ground bait. So take the cage off completely, put a sinker on it. Get that set up since it's getting to nighttime. Look for Ruffe on that, and then probably in the morning we'll go over to winding. Or do we go to Belaya? I think we go to winding because it's cheaper. We won't have to spend anything to go to travel there. I did forget to switch the quiver tip on that rod, so maybe a bit difficult to know when we got her off on. Now we got a fish on for sure. That is not a rough. Big crucian for a size 24 hook. Go ahead and put the small quiver tip on. Oh, come on. All right. Let's go ahead and do this. This. That was not what I wanted you to do, game. Wanted it to put it in my inventory, but it just set the rod down. Put the 24 hook on. You know what? I'm going to put the 22 hook on. And I'll go with red worm on this as well. 8-meter clip. I forgot to change the quiver tip again. We'll deal with that later. This means we'll have to watch the line a little bit more. Go to a meter here. Now we're sitting on the ground. Just a little bit further out and we should be good. Yep. There's a rough. Go ahead and switch. Ah, come on. So hoping for some good rough here. Mainly, they're worth quite a bit. He's got a good loud dog snore. I don't know how it's comfortable. He's got his head on the couch, his nose in the crook of my elbow. And he's out cold. And we're not talking a small dog. I've got a 70-pound dog here, so pretty good sized puppy, except the rest of the couch. Good rough. It's a marker. There's probably 2 silver right there. Feels like we're going back in time. We spent a lot of time rough fishing here at Mosquito when I first started. Oh, angry. Fortunately, redworm just doesn't seem to be doing anything, which is weird for rough. Usually that's the food of choice. Small bream. Records, weekly. Rough. Yeah, it's been a mix. Red worms up there. Okay. Decent one there. Let's try worm, just see if it's any better. And we're just, I don't know if I ever showed, but we're just right across from the tackle shop. I don't know if I got my food for the day. It's almost midnight, so I'm gonna see if I did or didn't. I didn't. Good. Glad I thought of that. With how close we were, it was an easy run over there. I actually saw we were getting a little bit low on food anyway. Getting a little hungry, I guess. Probably about 5 a.m. is when I'm going to want to move. I'm going to go to winding. That way I'll be set up for the 6 to 7 o'clock hour. Maybe a little bit before so I can go sell what I've got here before moving. With the bolo rods, I think going to winding makes sense. What are Dace biting on this week? Sounds like we got a bite on a bottom rod. Dace have been biting on casters. May need to buy another bait kit. I don't think I have much casters left, if any. Small, rough. That's not a rough. That's why it was a good fish. That was a rough. That was a trophy rough. Kind of surprising. Thought there was a fish on there. $25 fish, 25 minutes. Not the best quality, not what I was hoping for. Saw the line moving there, so I knew there was a fish on before it even jingled the bell. $70 Ruffe. There we go. 200 experience points too. Was looking at how much silver I had. Wow, you can get in the little dreaming leg kicks from the puppy now. Unfortunately, I need to go to the grocery store here in a few minutes, so I gotta leave him home alone. He's not a fan of that, so I'm hoping he stays this calm while I'm gone, but I doubt it. Another small Ruffe. I'm honestly considering just going on over to winding now so that we're ready for peak fishing time and just doing some rough fishing while we wait. I'm actually going to do that. I think that makes more sense. Get my food before I head over there. So, 20 silver, not horrible, not amazing. We only got 2 sleepers, unfortunately. Grushin Roach didn't get Bleak, so nothing that we can turn in here. Unfortunately, but take the 20 silver there. Let's go over to winding. I meant to grab the bait kit for some more casters. I'll look and see if they have casters for reasonable that aren't the 300 pound, or 300, not 300 pound, the 300 count. So baits. I honestly don't know if that's an insect or a larva. It's a larva. Ooh, they do have them. We'll buy 2 of those. Let's go see what's on the cafe. Ruffe, Bleak, Dace. So yeah, I think this is gonna be a good idea. We'll see if it pans out or not, though. Oops, wrong button. That's what I get for lifting my left hand across the entire keyboard so that someone can keep snoring happily. In that right button. Just did a nice little stretch there, so he's half awake at least. Small-eyed, not really what I expected. Now my entire forearm is a pillow for the dog head. And the nose is on the couch. So there's a couple techniques if you haven't seen me fish at rivers much float fishing. There's a couple techniques you can use. You can use the drifting with current like we are here. That gives you a little bit of bonus to catching fish. And you can also just let it get to the end of the line and just kind of pull on it there. What I'm probably going to do is fish where it's just hanging at the end of the line on 1 telescopic rod, maybe 2, and then bolo fish floating with the current. That way I can keep the float camera on the bolo rod. So I can see what it's doing downriver. What were you? Were you a perch? Nope. Yep. So we'll take our special. Actually, I put that in the wrong spot, kind of. The good bolo rod there. Let's go ahead and pick this up. Take the hook off. I now have full use of my arm. Go ahead and put a size 20 on here with casters and as shallow as we can get. Open and close the bail. Slowly turn so I can keep an eye on the two telescopic rods. Actually think I've got the rods backwards too. I think I've got rod 1 on the right and rod 2 on the left now that I think about it. A lot of late game folks will come here to catch bleak and things like that with 3 telescopic rods. And it's crazy to watch them manage that because they just keep them all drifting with current. My brain just does not work well enough for that. I get distracted by one rod and lose track of what's going on the other ones. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to let the bolo rod kind of float downriver quite a bit. We can keep an eye on it with the float cam in the bottom center of the screen and still watch the 2 telescopic rods just sit here. And if you see the line, that's what you want. You want to see it feed out like that without tugging on the float or anything like that. That's part of why I open and close the rod or the reel, just to make sure it flows freely. Seems like a lot of times, especially if you have a clip on, it will go to where the clip is and then just stop if you don't open and close. And here I've got no problem going past where the clip is. Little gudgeon, and I do have the rods backwards, so I want to fix that. This one I want over here. That one I want there. The reason I just flipped them around there is just so that if the left float goes down, I press 1, which is left on the keyboard. And if the right float goes down, I press 2. Too early or too late, I'm not sure which. Bleak. That's gotten far enough downriver that I'm just going to bring it back and recast it. This is a good fish. And bloodworm, probably a roach by the looks of it. Yep. So if you noticed, when I started seeing activity on the float, I locked the reel in. Nice little Dace here, plus the bonus XP. I locked the reel in so that I would start getting tension on the line. Didn't actually put much tension on it then, but was going to just keep an eye on it just because right now, if you look at it, not a lot of slack, bunch of slack, so that if I just right click to lift up to set the hook, I would have missed. So kind of take some of that slack out and then let it feed is what I like to do. I'm not watching my telescopic rods. If you do let them float to the end like this, you pretty much have to pick the rod up and then start trying to catch the fish. You pick it up early, you're going to put slack in the line and move the float and probably mess up the bite, which is 100% what I did there. Nice, Bleak. If you're not seeing how I catch it, give me a second. I'm watching two here. You're not noticing how I actually catch the fish, the bolo fish. I lock the reel in and then I just lift up to set the hook. I can't. There's a couple different ways of doing it. You can just turn and start reeling in, especially when I have slack like I do right now. I also tend to move upriver with the rod as well too, so that you pull some of that slack out. As you can kind of see, it pulls the slack out as I turn there. I think I've got the rods backwards again. Wrong button. That was my fault. There's a bite on, and I set the rod down. Let's just recast everything. So 1. That way it's definitely left. 2. Definitely right. Below. And there's room to put the bowler rod down. Another eyed. Being on the dock here, it's not super wide, so leaving yourself room to set the rods down is something you kind of have to think about. That's why I've got the 2 telescopic rods on the left side of the dock, and I try and keep watching more to the right so that I still have room, and not too far to the right, so that I still have room to set this rod down if there is a bite on the telescopics. Another roach, I think. Yep. Not what I was looking for. I was hoping for a Dace or Nace. And if I'm saying that too fast, Dace, Delta, Alpha, Sierra, Charlie Echo, or Nace, November, Alpha, Sierra Echo. Muscle on telescopic. That's a good muscle on telescopic as well. Not an amazing muscle, but muscles are kind of rare on telescopic. They're usually more of a bottom rod. Another small gudgeon. I was late there. And there's proof that I kind of need to unlock and lock the bail so that I keep feeding out, even though I didn't lock it on cast. When I turned, it was pulling the float. Next time I cast this, I'll show that again. So we're 48 minutes in, get another 11 fish on top of the, it was 25 we had before, so a little bit slower than a fish a minute. I'm okay with that. Honestly, enjoying some bolo fishing because I don't do a lot of it, or river bolo fishing. So I don't do a whole lot of it. Another perch. Yep. I was too early there. 100% too early. So what I mean about pulling the float is that where it just pulls it hard to the right, the direction I'm turning, instead of feeding line out like it is right now. Come on, fish. Take the bite on 1. Just take it. There you go. How'd I guess that was a roach? Go. Again, small dock, trying to stand on it and put 3 rods down is not exactly easy. Another roach. Again, not a Dace or an ace. Which is unfortunate. The reason I want Dace and ace are they're worth more than roaches. Either Bleak or Gudgeon. I didn't get a good look. It was a Bleak. Good. Another good Bleak. Ooh, got lucky there. With how much slack was in there, I didn't expect to get this. It's one of those I almost should have moved my rod downriver to add some tension like that. Small roach. It looked like we got some more float fishing XP, or not XP, but wrong button. Ooh, you're still on. Gudgeon? Yep. We got float fishing leveling points, percentage points, whatever you want to call it. Get some dock worms. A little bit of a nibble on one there. It's on two. Ooh, I got lucky. Bleak? Yep. Small, crappy, worthless perch. Almost not even worth mentioning that I got it. Almost not even worth keeping. Another good Bleak. I have to keep a closer eye on rod 2 right now. That's a bleak. That's a great one. Now it's a perch. Roach. Bleak or Gudgeon. I didn't see it well enough. I think it's a bleak. Yep. Bleak and Gudgeon are, they look similar. They're about the same physical size. Both really small, so if you're not paying very close attention, it's hard to tell which one you have on a hook when you're pulling it in. Coming up on the hour mark, I'll probably go until nighttime here. Especially since I cut yesterday's episode a little short, we'll go a little long today. Bite over on 2 right now, or at least a nibble. Still just a nibble. Still just a nibble. Probably roach. Ah. Got tired of it just nibbling. A little bit deeper with this. I always see 17 centimeters for Dace and Ace. I always have a lot more luck at 30 to 40. That was weird. I don't know if you saw that. The float was swimming upstream. That's how I knew there was a fish on it. Got to what should have been the end of the line, and then it didn't start pulling. It started curling back upstream. No, this will be a long reel in. I was actually about to just recast this when that bite happened. A little bit worried the 2 telescopic rods are going to stop in the pretty much exact same spot. They're not good. I've had it where the float is literally in the exact same spot, basically, so you can't tell which rod gets a bite as easily unless you have different colored floats, and even then, you just see one go down and have to remember which one's which. Another good blue perch. That was Bleak. Another gudgeon. Small. Just under, I think 40 is a marker. That was just unfortunate because it was a gram short. Damn it. Picked up the wrong rod there. That's why I'm upset. It was on me. So got the bite here. I saw nibble on 2 at the same time. That's what I'm watching. Pretty close. That might have been a roach, or I think that's actually a dace. It is. It's good dace. 735 XP. Nice fish. Gotcha. Perch. No, that might be a roach. No, it's a perch. I didn't see enough green for me to believe it was a perch. Ah, dang it. Roach. Lock the reel in and turn downstream, since going upstream would just add to the slack. Another marker roach. Watching 2. There's definitely a nibble on it. Rod 2 is the white line, rod 1's the blue line. And there's why you turn downstream, is I had enough slack in the line that when I lifted up there, it was able to get off before it actually set the hook. Or I think if I'd turned downstream, I would have set that hook, but oh well. Gotcha. Bleak or Gudgeon. Gudgeon. Turn more downstream. Oh, no, I did hook it. Didn't think I did. Another small bleak, about 100 XP. We still need 11.5. So still have a ways to go. Come on, Roach. Take the bait. Or just give up on it. You can do that too. Stupid fish. I just picked up the wrong rod. Probably another mussel or big perch. It's a big perch. That's a big perch. Mussels and perch usually kind of take off like that. So I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here, though, for the day. Not, I don't think it's going to be a bad amount of silver here. Probably another 40 to 50. So 70 on the day. Not amazing. Not horrible. That's my guess. We'll see what happens when we get back up here to the fish market and the cafe. So fish market wise, ooh, another 27 was not as good as I thought at all. Did get 5 bleak here, so this is going to help. So there's 17 there. Did get 5 gudgeon, so there's 20 there, so that's 37. Didn't get a zebra. No, we got a river mussel. We got 5 perch. 39.49. We got 5 roach. 58. 4 roach. Even better. So we get to keep our marker. No white bream, no donuts rough, no xander, no 200 gram nace, no frogs, no zebras. So honestly, that ended up not being as bad as I thought it would. We still have 26 here, so there's 70. So it's about a 90 silver day overall. We're up to 200 silver. Spent some money on casters as well, but we'll use those up. So not sure what I'm going to do tomorrow with this character. I may go back to Belaya. I may go back to Quarry. I may go back to Oldberg. I may stay here. I don't know. We'll play by ear, but hope y'all had a good day. We'll see y'all tomorrow, and hope y'all have good tight lines. Have a good one. Bye-bye now.